Yeah, it's going to be Deuce Knights taking on Superior Esports, and I am hyped for this one because I do know Deuce Knights have been making waves right now in NA. I mean, they can have these outside picks, and it's basically one of these teams that you do not want to underestimate, as many of the NA teams have learned when facing them.
Yeah, we do see that Ling being picked up as well. Even though people say he got a little bit of a nerf, he still has been a very popular pick. So, but answered over there by that Akai, you know, over there on the side of Deuce Knights. It's going to be an exciting match, but I don't know. I really want to see what this Eurodora is going to do. But I think everybody really wants to see the Faramis, especially after that revamp, how he's going to play in that roam position.
Yeah, we are seeing just a little bit of kind of like a tag team duo laning down here. We've been seeing this has been more and more common as we move into the season, and with both of these lanes trying to protect that gold lane, make sure that their marksmen are getting farmed up. So there's always been a lot of attention there. Unfortunately, you do have to play both sides, as you're going to have to play the gold lane and then into the turtle eventually, as that only has about 45 seconds left.
Now, we do see a lot of protection over there in the gold lane side, as both of the roamers are there to protect their marksmen, trying to get them as much farm as possible going into the early game. We do have Turtle currently spawning in 30 seconds. Right now, it's just a little bit of poke, but a clash possibly going on with multi-rows, getting out with barely any HP, forced to have the recall right before a Turtle play.
Yeah, a decent amount of macro by the side of Superior Esports. They're going to go ahead, maybe force out Uranus to have to go back. And we do see a little bit of a problem up here at top.
Oh my goodness, Lorenza taking out the Eurodora. Everybody wanted to know what was going to happen. We do got to see a little bit more of protection around her, or just a little bit not, you know, over in the enemy side. But the clash has completed. That is first blood over on the side of Deuce Knights, as Turtle is spawning in.
Yeah, and that does even it out a little bit. The Lucid Kings here trying to engage, and this Turtle is right now at half health.
Oh my goodness, but the clash is about to go on. We see Ana taking the Turtle. Dawn and Light raining down the mid from Florentin. We see a Tempest of Blade going down. Akai with the zoners of the heavy spin, but they are able to take the first objective, taking that first Turtle to start the gold lead.
Yeah, this is a very good start for Deuce Knights. Able to go ahead, pick off Eudora, get that turtle, and unfortunately Superior Esports didn't really connect on their gank up at top lane. It kind of failed with it. Multi-Rose was still able to kind of farm up, get that health back, and even kind of go back to base at a nice time for his team to be able to get the turtle. So a great job by Deuce Knights thus far.
Now, I do see over on the side of Deuce Knights, they do have more of the heavy presence in terms of bonus, having that Akai, especially having that Uranus as well. But we gotta see Superior Esports get in there, especially for those early objectives. But it's not too late. You know, the game has just started. It can kind of float to anybody's side. But we'll see. Like I said, I want to see how this Faramis is going to play into the game, especially more toward that mid to late game as well.
And we do see the Clock of Destiny on floor, so he is going to start leveling up with the damage there. So as soon as I want to say about 3 more minutes, we're going to start seeing a little bit more damage come out of him, maybe a little bit more danger for the side of Superior Esports. We have yet to see, we're still kind of eking in the lane phase, so we're not going to see too much of this Cult Ultra come out, but we do see an engagement at bottom.
Oh my goodness, you do see the Blaze of Duet raining down. Isn't enough damage? Ana coming in with the heavy spin. The fight continues. Tempest of Blade landing, connecting. El Andy taking out the Mathilda as well. What a clash in the gold lane, as Darwin is able to get the kill as well. But we do have a pause.
Yeah, unfortunately, man, that fight down at bottom, still able to get out the Cult Altar, still able to kind of revive. Clint able to, and then we see that the Tempest of Blades come down, and it did kind of look bad for Deuce Knights at the beginning, but they were able to position correctly, able to zone out a bit to kind of negate some of that damage and come by, and that fight went a lot more in their favor than I had originally suspected once that Cult Altar came out.
Yeah, I think that's what we were looking for. How is the Cult Altar gonna play effect inside of these clashes? And I do agree that was definitely the spot to place it at, and it did work in their favor. You know, currently 2-2, both teams pretty much even, and that kind of balanced out the gold for them, not allowing the early snowballs. We've seen a lot of these teams just focusing on these priorities, but we are back to the caster's desk, as we do have a temporary pause for now to get a little things fixed, little issues over there. But it's interesting. I mean, how do you feel about this Faramis?
Interesting. This is the word we use when we don't like it. Just hasn't been played often enough. I'm not sure how well. It's something fairly new with these new revamps that have been coming in. I'm not sure how many teams have really kind of come around to making it an integral part of their comps. But right now, I mean, Superior Esports seems to be doing all right there. But let me tell you, if any type of team is going to be able to adjust, it's going to be DEUS Knights. They've been known in NA for kind of their weird comps and being able to like adjust on the fly. So to kind of counter this and answer this right now, but we are getting back into this game 3-3 with 4 minutes up on the map.
We do see a little bit of a clash as King is trying to go on multi-rows, forced to push back, but continue to have a little bit of zoners with that Uranus. You know, that's a fight we kind of expect to see. The little dance between the Esmeralda and the Uranus with the sustainability. Second turtle has spawned in. We did see DEUS Knights actually taking the first, but gold is pretty much even. It's still working on anybody's favor. I'm going to say even in terms of gold and kills as well.
Yeah, we do see multi-roast doing his best to try to zone him out. Turtle is down to half.
Oh my goodness, there goes the second turtle play over on DEUS Knight's side, giving them a slight advantage as well. I think if we gotta say what Superior Esports needs to do going forward, they gotta find a way to kind of secure these objectives. And if they can't, that's okay. Maybe just focus on ganking the opposite or the opposing side of where the turtle is.
Agree, there needs to be some value during these objective pushes. We do have Trix in a little bit of trouble here.
Oh my goodness, can he get away? But Dawn and Light raining down over on Trix, able to escape with 1 HP. But Ling, he's not done. El Cinzi does see the 3 situation, but he is going to dive on it, not really able to do any damage.
Yeah, like we were saying, and then Anna right now, you see that Tempest of Blades coming out, and he is able to use it to escape there. But both teams here, I mean, probably testing the water, not too heavy on the engages. They're not really fully committing yet. Probably trying to get their items a little bit more gold before they want to start kind of grouping and like really pushing into each other.
Now we are getting to that 5-minute mark. You know, this is where you're going to kind of see which team is going to kind of take the more aggressive hand and lead the battle. Right now, I want to say it's a little bit even, but the aggressor leaning toward DEUS Knights, just having that Akai for the zoners, but a class potentially about to go down. Hendrix able to get away, avoiding that Thunder's Wrath by the Eurodora.
Yeah, we do see that Demon Hunter sword has been picked up by Darwin and answered by the Endless Battle for Kira right now. Right now, I do feel like Claude is in a little better position. He does need a few, I want to say one more item here, probably that Golden Staff to be able to really start sinking his teeth into the enemy. But we're about to see, we do see an engagement here at bottom lane.
Oh my goodness, heavy spin by Ana, trying to get some donuts, but Blazing Duet going down as well. Darwin focusing on the objectives, going for that first tower in the goal lane, able to secure it as well as the clash is going down. Tempest of Blades landing on Ana. Will they be able to get a kill? Dawn and Light with a little bit of protection, but not enough to really do much. The sustainability, also the stun over on Superior Esports. We do not see anybody fall though, but they did take a huge objective, able to take that first tower in the gold lane.
That's what I wanted to say. It didn't even look like they were looking for the kills. They zoned out Superior Esports. They knew that they had that cult altar, so they just zoned them out while Darwin was able to take that tower. So they're macroing up, and they're not really winning the clashes. They're just trying to macro up. And another engagement here at mid.
Oh my goodness, Dawn and Light hitting, and then we do see Ana trying to get the zoners, chasing down Trix, but certainly Eagle connecting and taking him out. Down goes Faramis, Tempest of Blades, trying to catch up on Hendrik, trying to get the revenge. Will he be able to catch up and get the kill? He does take out Hendrik as well.
Yeah, a big play there, able to kind of keep up with the gold and the kind of kills here is Cinzi. So it did look like, Hendrix kind of bit off a little bit more than he chewed. I'm not really sure there was much value in kind of going so deep into the enemy lines. Kind of want to tighten it up because they were ahead, but now you're starting to kind of even it out. Whatever leads you got, and now we only have like about an 800 gold difference.
You know, and that's what we wanted to see kind of after that 5-minute mark, which team was going to kind of take the upper hand. I'm still going to lean more on the side of DEUS Knights as they did get that first tower in the gold lane. So, you know, we are going to be seeing a Lord come up here soon, potentially the zonage over by the Akai's. DEUS Knights has had the heavier zonage, but a heavy spin in the mid lane, not really able to connect. Do we see a clash going in? Dawn and Light raining down the mid lane, but unable to get a kill as we see Colt Alter activated by Faramis. But the clash continues. There goes the heavy spin. Can he pin him on the wall? Tricks escaping with 1 HP, but Kings will not be able to get away. He is getting chased down by the Akai, and he does land. That is a kill over by Ana, but Kiramoto trying to have some answers. Going in, will he be able to take him out? Grenade bombardment taking out Ana. Then we got a 2v1 situation. We do see the Bethilda with the Circling Eagle connecting and taking out Kiramoto.
It's interesting. I do like the plan here for this Cult Altar. They are activating it. They are kind of sustaining a little bit more, but with the help of this Akai, Ana on the Sakai to get in there as soon as they come back from that Cult Altar, he's using that heavy spin to kind of push them back into a bad position for his team to be able to pick up there. Unfortunately, after the fights are over, I feel like we're kind of missing the mark on trying to collapse around your team and help assist with the disengage, as we do see some people getting picked off there.
There goes the instant replay, that heavy spin over by Ana, getting that zonage, man. That was a crazy clash inside of the mid lane. A nice and early clash as well, right before the Lord was spawning in. But like we said, not really seeing too much on either side. It's kind of about even. Just one tower has been pushed in over on the gold side. DEUS Knights did get that additional gold from it as well. But we do have the first Lord spawned in. Really excited to see which team is going to kind of get that zonage. Looks like, speaking of zonage, possible clash inside of the mid lane as Ana going in with the heavy spin. Downing Light raining down, hitting Tricks and Kiramoto. Oh my goodness, but the Cult Altar giving an additional HP. Tempest of Blades landing down as well, but Blazing Duet going in. We do see Uranus able to get the kill. El Cindy taking out the Fluorescent, and the clash continues. Double kill over by El Cindy. Are they finished? Oh my goodness, Kings taking out Multi-Rose as well. What a play over on the side of Superior Esports, still having their jungler in there as well. Looks like they are going to get a little bit of zonage on the Lord. Will they be able to take it, as Ana is going to go in? We do see Mathilda as well, but a little bit of zonage, and the clash continues possibly as they are going to be going for this objective. We want to see which team is going to take this Lord play. Anything can happen. Dawn and Light raining down, but not connecting. Heavy spin over by the Akai. Tempest of Blade dropping down, but El Cindy able to take the Lord and take out Ana as well.
Oh, such an early Lord and such a lost value for trying to go in there. I don't really agree with trying to take it so early, or at least trying to counter it for the side of DEUS Knights. I mean, they weren't in too bad of a position. Yes, they lost the fight, and yes, they did see that Superior Esports was going for the turtle, but I mean, it's not even a luminous turtle. You could have stopped it. You could have just regrouped, but now you are down your main jungler while this Lord is pushing up at top, and they are trying to sync up the lanes. Superior Esports.
And that's kind of what Superior Esports wanted. You know, they needed to get an answer, especially to push up one of the lanes. You see that Lord pushing in over on the top side, able to take out that first tower. And then over on the opposite side, they have lost 2 towers as well. So leaning more in the favor of Superior Esports going into the second half after 10-minute mark.
Yeah, unfortunately, they did lose 2 towers there for that. So a decent value for the Lord, for the side of Superior Esports. I look at his mid tower is actually a little low as they are putting more damage on there. And Kira able to kind of wrap it up with that heavy damage of that Clint.
Speaking about heavy, man, what a presence over there by Superior Esports right now. You know, we saw more of the aggressor leaning toward DEUS Knights, but over in the second half, going in Superior Esports' favor, able to take out the second tower over in the EXP lane as well. They are continuing to kind of pile up in this gold advantage, up by 5K as well, up in kills. They're just leading right now, but we have to see, you know, DEUS Knights have an answer. They got to go more on the defensive side, regroup, focus the objectives, and try and get a little bit of pushback on Superior Esports as they are trying to get that snowball.
I feel like it is important. We are starting to get to that late game. Most of these players are starting to pick up their items. We do see that golden staff and the demon hunter sword on the side of Claude there. Clint has already picked up that malefic roar and the wind of nature. So I mean, it's both of these marksmen are online, ready to start joining these fights. But we need to see if DEUS Knights want to hang in there. They're gonna need an answer for Faramis. They need to know that when they engage, they have to expect that Cult Altar to come out, and there needs to be a plan for it.
Looking at El Cindy right now, 5-1-2 on the Ling, you know, very, very good link player, especially in the second half. Being able to have that mobility, going and cutting the lanes, taking the towers when nobody is there. You know, he's getting the job done. Over on the side of Superior Esports, though, they do got that sustainability, especially going into that late game. Those beefier heroes have a Mathilda as well to give an additional shield and mobility to the full team. We do see Luminous Lord spawning in 15 seconds, a possible prep for zonage on the side of Superior Esports.
Yeah, we do see a little bit of a toying around here up at top. Multi-Rose going to go ahead and play around there with King's Tricks and Satoru. But this Lord has spawned, and it does look like Superior Esports is going to go ahead and set up for it. And I don't know if Deuce Knights, if this is something that they're going to be able to counter.
You see Esmeralda kind of keeping Multi-Rose busy as they are trying to get that Luminous Lord. But we do see a clash going on. A little bit of protection. Will they be able to take it on? Taking the Lord with the heavy spin as well. But the fight is going on. El City taking out the Mathilda. A little bit of a trade, but it did work over in the favor of Deuce Knights. You see the fight continuing, pushing back on Deuce Knights' side. They did get that Luminous Lord, though. What a play, and that's exactly what they needed to kind of turn the tide on the battle.
Yeah, Anna being able to come into that Lord with the heavy spin and being able to separate the rest of Superior Esports and then landing that retribution on the Lord. At the most, it has bought Deuce Knights some breathing room to kind of gather their wits about them, reset on the map, and be able to kind of take this game now, group up, and without having to worry about being on their back foot.
Now you do see that Luminous Lord pushing in on the bottom side, but a heavy presence inside of the mid lane. Looks like Superior Esports trying to protect it, but a little bit of a focus on the Luminous Lord as it is trying to crash into that second tower bottom side. But you see full Deuce Knights rushing up to the top, trying to take out Kings. Will they be able to get him? Blazing do it, connecting, doing a little bit of damage, but the mobility over on Kings, trying to escape. Man, this is a chase, but he is able to get away.
Unfortunately, King's on this Esmeralda right now. Hit that Nas, was able to get away. We do see a Tempest of Blades coming out here, though.
Oh my goodness. But escapes with 1 HP. Dot and Light barely missing. Oh my goodness, but Multi-Rose taking out the Eurodora, able to get that kill. We do see the clash continuing. Faramis with the Cold Altar for the additional help. Is it enough to be able to sustain himself and get away? Oh my goodness, he is able to escape, but the fight is not over as King takes out Fluorescent. Oh man, then you see El Cindy taking out Multi-Rose. El Cindy with 1 HP, heavy spin by a guy trying to pin him on the wall. Oh my goodness! The escape! Can he get away from Kings? He's chasing them back. He said, you all want to chase me? Now it's my turn on the opposite end to chase you guys down, but unable to get him. Place duet going in on Kiramoto. Busy a little bit too far in enemy line. Circling Eagle, able to connect and take him out.
Unfortunately, there are a pair of ankles back there that Kings dropped as Anna was able to leap over that wall and get away to safety. A big crossover there, but man, what an escape by them. Unfortunately, we do know that Cult Altar becoming a prime problem for some of these more extended chases, these more extended fights. It feels like as soon as that comes out, we should probably be planning an escape, a disengagement from it, because continuing the fight seems like it's going to be a problem after that activates.
Speaking of problems, you currently see Superior Esports just having the heavy hand right now, going into the 16-minute mark for this game. You do see currently all towers have been pushed in on the bottom side for Deuce Knights. They are hanging on the threat with that 1 inhibitor turret over on top side, but we do see Luminous Lord back in play. Will we see a potential zonage over by Superior Esports to kind of maintain that lead? Looks like that maybe Deuce Knights might be able to get the zonage here as they can't really afford for them to get that Luminous Lord. And we do see the heavy spin by Ana, able to get away, but Cincy trying to go in for some damage. Look at the clash. It continues in this mid lane. Tempest of Blades dropping down. El Cindy getting away. You do see that Cut Altar activated, but King's able to take out Ana. No jungler for the side of Deuce Knights. What a play. But do we see more of a clash? Looks like they are going to try and push back, go for that objective, go for that Luminous Lord, as there is no jungler on the side of Deuce Knights right now.
Yeah, and I like the plan. They did have Multi-Rose going ahead and zoning out. Oh, we do see a little bit more of an engagement here.
Oh my
Lord,
goodness.
as Multi-Rose is getting a little knocked around.
What a fight. It's like, as soon as you think they're going to run off, they go right back in. You know, speaking of going back in, Satoru taking out the Uranus, but a 1-for-1 trade as he takes her out as well. But Kiramoto securing the Lord and the Blazing Duet by Darwin. You see the fight going on. El City taking out Claude as well. We see currently 3 down on the side of DEUS Knights. What a play over there on Superior Esports, securing that Luminous Lord.
Yeah, and we did see a little bit of an excerpt of those mechanics on that Ling from El Cinzi right there, as he was able to take down Darwin pretty easily through that Blazing Duet. These fights, unfortunately, with that the Cult Altar coming out, we even saw a great plan by the side of DEUS Knights. Multi-Rose dove in deep, was able to zone out Satoru on that Eudora, but the rest of the team in the front was not able to withstand the combination of the Ling and the Cult Altar pushing towards them.
Wow, we do see DEUS Knights on the defensive side now, as that Luminous is trying to crash down on the bottom side. Looks like maybe a little plan on Superior Esports to try and get the early finish, try and get some kills, but will they be able to take it with that Luminous Lord on their side? Altar activated by Kings, but Ana taking out Kings as well. You do see the clash continuing. Oh my goodness, what a fight. Multi-Rose forced on the escape. Can he get away? But look, El Senzi unable to escape by Multi-Rose. What a play. They are now down only to Kiramoto and Satoru Goju, as Bathilda is able to take out their Theramis. But Xavier answering on Kiramoto, taking him out. What classes are we seeing today? Satoru getting the kill. Darwin going in, back on the Eudora as well, and clearing those minions. But they have lost every single inhibitor turret on the side of DEUS Knights.
Yeah, DEUS Knights in a bad way here. No more inhibitors right now. The base is wide open. Fortunately for them, Superior Esports might have lingered just a little too long after they got those towers and got cleaned up, except for tricks here on this Faramis. And man, let me tell you, right now, this is the time when you guys need to figure something out. There needs to be a plan, maybe even a disengage. You have that Matilda to be able to kind of pull your team back from these engagements. You know that Cult Altar is going to be coming out. There needs to be a plan, because right now they are losing these fights. And honestly, right now we can't even tell. Would they even win the fights without Faramis? And it looks like they do have the damage, the ability to come back, but it's just too much with that Cult Altar.
Yeah, that Cult Altar, I think that's what everybody wanted to see. How is the Faramis going to play into this match? And he's doing a good job. Trick's sitting at 0-3-15 right now, kind of paving the way across the board for his team. You know, it helps them inside of those clashes, having that Cult Altar for the additional HP, kind of giving their team a second chance when they do get low. And that is what DEUS Knights is going to have to watch out for. We do see that Luminous Lord spawning in 6 seconds. Is this a potential fight that DEUS Knights wants to take, or are they going to play more on the defensive?
I mean, there needs to be an answer right now. They have to make the decision. With no turrets left, I think maybe you're going to want to go ahead and try to take this fight, because I don't think that you're going to be winning a Luminous Lord push from the side of Superior Esports. We do see both sides kind of dancing around it, jockeying for position. This is going to come down to how well the teams can maybe push the lanes and get back. We do know that that edge kind of does go to Superior Esports because of the mobility that Cinzi possesses on that lane. He can get to a lane, then use that Finch pose to be able to get right back into the action toward that Luminous Lord. But we do see Multi-Rose latching onto Synth here a little bit, maybe, but he is able to get away a bit.
What a play over there by Cinzi's, man. That was kind of risky, especially being the jungler. We do see a little bit of zonage now, as both teams are trying to contest and take the Luminous Lord. A very high value play for both sides. You know, definitely needed for DEUS Knights to be able to win this game. But if Superior Esports is able to steal it, it's going to be very hard to defend. They have no inhibitor turrets left.
Yeah, no inhibitor turrets left, and we do have Multi-Rose trying to answer this push by the minions. So it is essentially a 4v5, and we do see Kings going in now.
Oh my goodness, trying to get a little bit of pushback while his team is focusing on that Luminous Lord. Oh, but you do see Ling also with the tips of Blaze. Blazing Duet popping down, as well as Kings is chasing down Multi-Rose. Darwin able to take out the jungler for Superior Esports. That is a huge play, but the fight is not over. We do see that Cult Altar giving the additional HP, but heavy spin over there as well. Kings taking out Darwin. Man, this is crazy. A 1-for-1 trade on both sides, but Xavier with the Dawning Light connecting over on Eudora, taking her out. Double kill by Xavier. He is popping off. We see a potential sniper as the clash continues. Only leaving Faramis and Esmeralda. Can Trix and Kings hold him off? Triple kill by Xavier. Fluorescent is just great. Oh my goodness, a maniac. What a turnaround. This is the exact play that DEUS Knights needed. You see a Kai over there going for that Luminous Lord. He is going to most likely be able to get that objective as only Faramis is left alive. Trix to defend.
Yeah, we do see Trix over here trying to defend, trying to come in here, maybe counter this a bit as we do have minions pushing in on the base. What an incredible play by them too, able to kind of scoot back, kite the rest of Superior Esports back as that Cold Ultra came out, and then when it was on cooldown, they launched their attack. Led by Floor with that incredible damage from the Xavier, and now they are in a great position for this push. What I want to see though is I want to see these lanes synced up so that we can get the most value out of this Luminous Lord.
Just looking at the match, neck and neck, 20-20. You know, Superior Esports, it was looking like it was in their favor, but right now, you can't really tell as Luminous Lord is going to spawn in over on the top side. This is the chance for DEUS Knights to kind of push those objectives, sync those lanes, and try and put Superior Esports on the defensive side. Man, what a play over there by them right now.
Yeah, just the way that they were able to set. When you see us falling Moonstar coming in here.
Oh my goodness, Sakai trying to get the zone is Dawn and Light by Fluorescent, barely able to connect and do any damage though, but they are going to try and take that mid tower. They are able to secure it by Darwin, Tempest and Blaze, proc by El Cinti to escape, also the Cold Altar for the additional health, but heavy spin by Ana trying to push Trix into enemy lines. It does work, Fluorescent able to connect and take Trix out.
Yeah, able to use that Cold Altar, but then you saw Ana able to get in there, separate Faramis from the rest of the team, and now this is the time to push. You no longer have a Faramis in your way, and I feel like this fight is going to be going over into the side of DEUS Knights.
Oh my goodness, there goes that mid inhibitor turret and top inhibitor turret working in DEUS Knights' favor. They are going to try and get the end. Blaze duet pops down. We also see the tips of Blaze, but Kiramoto taking out Darwin. Fluorescent taking out your door. Darwin taking out Kiramoto as well. We are down one player on DEUS Knights' side. Oh my goodness, an ending on the side of DEUS Knights. What a comeback. Who would have expected that? We saw a maniac Xavier going into that final ending as well.
This is what I was talking about, that adjustment on the field, the ability to adapt to what you are seeing. The entire front